So the battle of the action cameras, the DJI Action 4 against the GoPro Hero 12. Is the GoPro better now, or is it just a GoPro Hero 11 with blue speckles on the front? Let's find out. You see, most people's first choice when it comes to actually recording video isn't going to be an action camera. Statistically, people record on their phones more than anything else, and with phone quality getting so much better now, is there any point for these action cameras? Well, I think there still is. You see, you don't want to take your phone in environments where it's like action sports, skiing, might be on a roller coaster, on a bike. There still is a need for action cameras like this. And because it's not going to be your main camera, you're only going to be using these really in those action environments. You want one of these cameras to give you the most in terms of value and performance. And that's what we're talking about today. Which one is going to be the better choice for you, the DJI Action 4 or the GoPro Hero 12? DJI have got the magnetic mounting system on the bottom of this action camera. This makes it so much more faster and convenient swapping your camera onto different mounts. So you can get like a little tripod mount here and you can just magnetically attach it onto it. You might want to take that off and attach it onto this and then attach that to your car. It's so fast. You might then want to get it onto a selfie stick. You can attach it onto that. And it's got pins on the side here, so that is not going to budge or come off at all. I've had this on really fast environments, I've had it on roller coasters. That will not shift. You have to press both of these in to release it. Whereas GoPro, they still have the traditional feet system. So they pull out at the bottom and then you have to screw this in to attach it to anything you want to mount it to. So it does take a lot longer. So if I want to actually mount this to something like this, if I get my DJI Action camera, I can just attach that onto the top and that's mounted, ready to go. I can also just take it off really easily as well. Whereas in the GoPro, I'd actually have to pull these feet down. I've then got to put it onto there, line that up. I've got to get this pin and then I've got to secure it in place. You probably will have dropped this pin quite a few times and now that's ready. So it is a lot slower and you've got to do that every single time you want to mount it to something else. So yeah, it's secure, but it's slow. Now it also has got a bit better because at the bottom of here, it now has a 1/4-20 thread. So you can get another selfie stick and you can just thread that onto the top, screw that on, and that's now ready. So that's better. But I don't understand why they haven't adopted the magnetic system, which is a lot faster. On the front of both of these action cameras are screens, but unfortunately, yet again, the GoPro is not a touch screen. So you can't change anything from the front screen on the GoPro. You've always got to change the settings from the back. And this, depending on where you're going to be mounting this, is going to be an absolute pain. Whereas on the Action 4, it is a touch screen. So you can change all the settings on here. You can change from camera to video mode. Everything that you need to be able to do from the back of the camera, you can do from the front of it. Much more convenient. I don't know why GoPro don't put a touch screen on the front of these cameras. Now, camera quality is going to be one of the main reasons why you would pick either of these. And we also the rumours about the GoPro Hero 12 having this 1-inch sensor, filming at 240 FPS in 4K. We couldn't wait for it. This is going to be groundbreaking, fantastic. But what happened in reality was they launched the GoPro Hero 12 with the exact same sensor as before, the exact same spec camera. What an absolute letdown. So all the rumours were false. It didn't happen. Whereas the DJI Action 4, when this was launched, this actually now has a slightly larger sensor. So this has a 1/1.3 inch sensor, whereas the GoPro has a 1/1.9 inch sensor. But neither of these cameras are going to be bad. These are literally like the top of the pack in terms of action cameras. So fantastic colors from both of these. They can both shoot in log. Both have fantastic stabilization. So the actual difference in terms of actually camera quality is really slim. The GoPro does have the advantage, this can film at 5K up to 50 FPS, whereas the DJI Action 4, this tops out at 4K 120. But I will show you that that potentially is a downside to the GoPro when we talk about overheating. Don't say that loud because they don't like me saying that word, but the GoPro and overheating is not really a word that you should mention. I will talk about that though. But generally, because both of these action cameras have got pretty small sensors, the difference between 5K and 4K, it is really small. I mean, if you look at these comparison shots right now, can you tell a significant difference? If you're looking at these on a phone, you've got no chance. And yes, if you look at these on a big TV or a monitor, the GoPro might look slightly sharper, but the main difference you're going to see is how both of these handle its colors. So some of you might prefer the GoPro colors, some of you might prefer the DJI colors. It all comes down to your taste, but neither of these are bad. However, the DJI Action 4, this pulls ahead when we talk about the low light performance. You see, normally action cameras and low light scenarios do not mix well. After sunset, you generally would put your action camera away, whereas this year it's different. With the Action 4 having this larger sensor, it's going to let more light in. So the low light performance is better. It also has a new low light mode. So similar to what we have on the drones, which is low light video mode, this will auto detect low light environments and it will apply its own noise reduction software. And you can see from these shots on the screen now, when you compare the low light on the GoPro to the low light on the Action 4, I can see a clear winner. So a big advantage this is that you can actually keep this action camera filming now longer into that day, film some video at night time, and it's not going to be terrible. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be much better than the GoPro. This video is sponsored by Artlist. I use this website every single day. It's where I get all my music and sound effects from. And it's so easy to use because you have a massive selection of music and sound effects. You can search for any genre. You could even use the created spotlight section, which is constantly updated. Currently they've got a Halloween theme going on, or you could use music handpicked from different creators. They also have a massive selection of sound effects, which is all royalty free. And if you don't just want music and sound effects, they also do a max plan as well. You can get stock footage. Let's just say you need clips of LA or a safari or car footage. You can search for anything and then use all of these video clips on your videos. And it also includes templates and plugins all on one website. You get all of these different assets. It makes my life so much easier when creating these videos. You can try it out completely free, and if you want to sign up, you get 2 months extra with my link. I highly recommend it. Go and check it out. It's at the top of the description. Battery life is also going to be really important in your buying choice, but the GoPro actually has a better battery life now, but that is because they've got rid of the GPS data on this camera. They said nobody used it. They said, what was the point in this? We might as well improve our battery life. That's fair enough, great. But the Action 4 still has a better battery life and it still is able to capture that GPS data. The DJI Action 4 can record up to 160 minutes in HD, 80 minutes in 4K 120, whereas the GoPro lasts around 70 minutes in 5K and 155 minutes in HD. So the Action 4 has a slightly better battery life, but it still is able to capture that GPS data as well, if that's something you need. But what about when your battery goes flat and you want to actually charge a battery and carry on filming? Well, this is just a whitewash. So the DJI Action 4 with that adventure combo comes with this case, and this is fantastic. So it acts as a power bank as well, but it also can charge 3 of these batteries in this case. Really nice and convenient to keep with you, and it charges via USB-C. But when this is being charged, this can charge one of these batteries up to 80% in 18 minutes. Really fast. Incredible how fast that charges. Whereas on the GoPro Hero 12, with the cable, to actually charge one of these batteries takes 2.5 hours. I mean, this is action sports where you don't want to miss out on things. The battery, how long it takes to charge this is absolutely unacceptable. The difference in charging your batteries on the DJI Action 4 and the GoPro Hero 12 is just no contest. Now, GoPro has been plagued over the last few years on overheating issues, so you would think that they would have somebody responsible for dealing with that overheating and have figured out a way of actually sorting out the GoPro and the overheating because of all of these different complaints all over the internet about previous generations. And unfortunately, they haven't. It still overheats. Still not acceptable. You still lose footage. So I've not had this GoPro long, but this has overheated on me several times in hot climates, whereas the DJI Action 4 hasn't. DJI, for some reason, I don't know how they did this, but it happened on the DJI Action 3. It's still the same on here. So whoever at DJI was responsible for the heat management, controlling temperatures, overheating, they need a pat on the back. But the GoPro, it still overheats. You still get these overheating messages. I just don't understand it. It is really frustrating how they can just not fix the overheating on here. The Action 4 is capable up to 40 degrees and down to -20, whereas the GoPro Hero 12 is down to -10 and up to 35 degrees. But I don't think that's entirely accurate, not for me anyway. See, I was using this in Tenerife recently. It was about 25, 26 degrees. I was outside and it still overheated. Whereas in the Action 4, it didn't. And this is really frustrating because most of you guys will be buying an action camera for going abroad, going on trips in hot climates. You want that reliability and performance. Unfortunately, the GoPro still overheats. Both of these cameras have got pre-record, a fantastic feature. These cameras will start recording automatically for you before you even press that record button, means you might not miss out on some of these shots. The DJI Action 4 can record 1 minute before you press that record button, whereas in the GoPro Hero 12 can only record 30 seconds before you press the record button. GoPro have introduced a new menu on the GoPro Hero 12, and unfortunately I find this year even more confusing than it ever was. So actually navigating, trying to change different settings, it is really confusing, especially for a beginner. Trying to get to certain settings and change things, it's just too much information on one small screen. Whereas on the DJI, it's a much more simplified menu, so everything's where it needs to be. You can see resolutions and frame rates really fast. You can get to different settings like camera settings, slow motion settings, really quick and easily on this action camera. So you're not stood there going, right, how do I change to log again? Where is this? It takes much longer on the GoPro than it does the Action 4. You can connect both these action cameras to your phone, and the GoPro has improved this year. So when you're doing live viewing on your phone, what the camera is seeing, before you would press the record button and the screen would go off. It'd be really frustrating. That's been fixed, so you can see that now. But connecting the GoPro to your phone, I wouldn't call that quick. It often takes several attempts to connect your phone to the GoPro Quick app. And when you are connected, it is a bit slow and buggy compared to the DJI Mimo app, which is a lot more fluent and connects much faster. Now, you don't want to miss out on footage because you're waiting for your camera to turn on. The DJI Action 4 has got a faster boot up time than the GoPro Hero 12. When you get one of these action cameras, you might want to go into the water and do some diving with them. How deep can you go without putting a waterproof case on? The DJI Action 4, 18 meters, the GoPro 10 meters. So that 8 meters might make a difference to you if you're doing a lot of diving with your action camera. So 10 reasons there why the DJI Action 4 is better than the GoPro Hero 12 still, but one bonus one as well. So GoPro has always been fantastic for FPV, putting this camera on your FPV drone, because Real Steady was fantastic. But now the GoPro, it's 9 grams heavier than the DJI Action 4, and when it comes to weight, every gram makes a difference in FPV. But the Action 4 can now also capture the gyro data. So you could capture gyro data on your Action 4, put it into a free software like GyroFlow, and get really smooth footage when you're flying your FPV drone on here. Whereas on the GoPro, it's going to be slightly heavier like I've just mentioned, but you have to use the Real Steady, which costs $99 for that application. So if you're using it for FPV, that might be a consideration as well. So in general, both of these are fantastic action cameras, and I would say these are both top of the pack. Neither are going to be bad in camera quality or photo quality, but it's software and actually usability features, which why the Action 4 is the better choice. GoPro was always top of the pack. If you wanted an action camera, you would get a GoPro. If you would actually recommend an action camera, you would say get a GoPro. But that was years ago. And over the last few years, there's been so much noise about the actual overheating and performance issues with GoPros of late. And unfortunately, that still is the case now. So I'm hoping the GoPro Hero 13, that could be the one that addresses those issues. We might also see a larger sensor on that. But for now, if your choice is between the GoPro Hero 12 and the Action 4, I would pick this one. And I did mention at the start of the video, to sum this up, and I would say this pretty much is a GoPro Hero 11 with blue speckles on it. See you on the next one.